this is Eloise, one of the co-founders from The Big Bakes. Today I'm going to show you how to make some really yummy cheesecake filled Easter eggs. As it's Easter, I've got lots of Easter eggs lying around, so what I've done is taken a couple of them and broken them in half, and then I'm going to use these as a base to stuff these full of really lovely cheesecake. I've also got some sweets that I've left aside and I'm going to use those to decorate them at the top. So let's show you how to make them. Okay, so for the equipment, I've just got a large mixing bowl that I'm going to use to mix all of my cheesecake mixture together. I've then got a rolling pin that I've just used the end to crush up the biscuits, but you can do this in a blender or a food processor if you have one. I've then got a wooden spoon, or you can use a spatula so that you can stir your cheesecake mixture together. I've then got a smaller bowl that I've used to put my crushed biscuits in. And then of course, so that you can assemble your cheesecakes at the end, you do need your Easter egg halves. Okay, so for my ingredients, I've got some crushed biscuits that I've just pre-crushed with my rolling pin, but you can do this in a food processor or a blender, and you can use any biscuits that you've got lying around. I've then got 250 grams of soft cream cheese. I've used 125 grams of Biscoff spread, but you can use any spread that you like, such as Nutella, to just flavour your cheesecake. We've then got 50 grams of icing sugar. We've got 150 mils of double cream, and then we've got 65 grams of unsalted butter that's going to go into our biscuits. And then of course I've got the Easter egg halves, so I've used 4 smaller Easter egg halves, or you could use 2 halves of a large Easter egg. Okay, so first of all we're going to start off by making our base for the cheesecake. So I've just melted my butter in the microwave, and then I'm going to add that to my crushed biscuits and then just give it a stir until it starts to come together. Okay, so that should come together nicely, and it should start to have come together so that you can start to sort of form it. So we're just going to leave that to cool slightly before we put it in our eggs, so we're just going to put that to one side and move on to our cheesecake filling. Now for our cheesecake filling, I've just got my large mixing bowl, and then I'm going to add in my cream cheese, my Biscoff, I'm then going to add in my double cream, and then I'm going to give that a really good sort of mix. You can use an electric whisker if you've got one, but I'm just doing it by hand. Okay, so once that's all combined, you're then going to add in your icing sugar. And then you're going to mix that in again. Okay, so once you've given that a really good stir, your cheesecake mixture should be really smooth in consistency now. So here's mine. So that's now ready to start assembling. So we're just going to pop it to a side for one moment. And then we're going to take our biscuit base that we prepared earlier, and then we're going to take our Easter egg halves, and we are simply just going to spoon, sort of, if you've got 4, just a quarter of the mixture into the bottom of each Easter egg half, or if you're using just 2 halves from a large Easter egg, then just split it in half. And then you're just going to press it into the bottom so that it forms a nice sort of solid base. Just be careful not to press too hard because you don't want to crack your Easter eggs. So once you've finished popping your base into your Easter egg and pressed it down, it should look like this. And now we're ready just to spoon some cheesecake mixture on the top. So you just need to divide it equally between your Easter egg halves and spoon it so that it levels out with the top of the Easter egg half. Okay, so I finished filling all of my Easter egg halves with cheesecake filling now, and I've just levelled those off with a spoon just so they look nice and neat. So I'll just show you one of them. There we go. So these are ready now to go in the fridge and cool down. So they're going to need sort of 2 to 4 hours to cool. Just keep checking on them, and sort of when they feel sort of firm and firm enough to pop some decorations on top, that's when we'll be ready to decorate these. Okay, so I just left those to set for a couple of hours, and then they were ready to decorate. So I just decorated them with a bit of leftover biscuit that was there and some crushed up sort of mini eggs and sweets that I had. So here's the finished product, and they look super yummy and I can't wait to eat them. So there you have it. So they're Biscoff cheesecake filled Easter eggs, but you can flavour these with whatever flavour that you have lying around, and they are super easy and delicious to make.